Hey guys, Vick here and welcome to another review. Today we are looking at the Cloupor Mini Plus, which comes in this. Basically, what we've got here is a very small, a very small. What else can I compare? It's even smaller than that. A very small 50 watt TC with NI or TI 50 watt mod. It takes a 18650 battery that can be easily removed or charged through the mod, and it's Cloupor's latest iteration of this small mod design that they're going with. Comes with a skin as standard, which we'll talk about a bit more later, but yeah, it's a very cheap small 50 watt TC mod that comes with a skin if you're going to use it for its portability. So what we'll do is, there's quite a lot to cover down low because it has quite a lot of functions to it and a lot of functionality to it. So we'll get straight down low. I'll show you what comes in the box and I'll show you the basic functions on the screen, and then we'll come back up top and I'll tell you the pros and cons of this this fine mod. So I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, here we are up close with the Cloupor Mini. This is the packaging. You can see the colour range on there as well. Black, white, red, blue, pink, etc. Cloupor Mini, all your information on the back. Small size, spring-loaded pin, pass-through, magnetic back cover, all that sort of stuff. Uses nickel or titanium and all that stuff. And that is that. Inside the packaging you get a manual. The manual, I've got to say, I've been using this manual a lot. It's actually very good, very clear to understand. You get a Cloupor VIP card, which is part of your warranty and stuff. You get a charger as well, and in that little case is here is just some additional door magnets if you have any trouble with yours. Put all that to one side. Here is the Cloupor Mini Plus. Comes with a skin as standard, skin in the packaging. Now it spoils the look a little bit, but it actually massively improves some aspects. It means that you don't have any trouble with the door, and the buttons don't rattle, and everything becomes very more solid in the with the skin on. So fair play to it for that skin. Moving on, we'll take the skin off. Comes on and off nice and easy. Okay, as soon as you take the skin off, let's put the skin there, the buttons start to feel very flimsy, and the door, it's on quite good, but it does feel like, I don't know, if you grab it a certain way it can slip. Speaking of the door, let's pop that off and you can see what you've got going on there. Absolutely not much at all, just room for your battery and a little tape. You can't put the door on the wrong way around, which is good. And another thing to notice as an upgrade of this, the Mini Plus, this is a very cool coating on the mod. I don't know how well I can show you that, but it's a fantastically fantastic covering. And maybe I'll show you a bit more up close about that. But yeah, so you've got your up down 1 2 3 4 5 to turn it on. It does a very trendy Cloupor thing, Mini Plus. And then you've got your up down. You can see that my Atlantis is 0.5 and 30 watts. So you've got your up down situation going on there. Your fire button there. The fire button is what it is. It's a bit saggy and a bit, you know what I mean. It's a cheap button at the end of the day. So underneath you have your charging. I genuinely have no clue what this hole is. So answers on a postcard, guys. Answers in the comments. What is that hole for? Please let me know. Screwing off the Atlantis, which is just a Canthal coil. You come to a very Vapor Shark-esque 510, spring-loaded 510 with grooves if you need them for your Clearomizer. Very cool. The exact diameter is 22mm, so 22mm literally sits right on, just perfectly flush, just like bang on. It also has these grooves here for grip if you are using it without the skin. That's that. Okay, so this is where the fun bit begins. Let's get a temperature-based atomizer. We'll use the Ego 1 Mega with a titanium coil on. And it sits down flush and everything, and that's good. So, pressing fire and down has turned it into voltage mode rather than wattage mode. Pressing it again has turned it into temperature mode. You can see that it is actually saying T next to the Fahrenheit, which is nice because it is a titanium one. But if you want to switch that, you hold these two buttons and it switches to nickel and back to titanium again. And we're back on titanium. But as you can see, we are down here, it says auto. So what this is doing is it's going to try and get me 460 Fahrenheit, no matter what the joules or wattage is. It's going to absolutely fire that power until it gets to 460, and then it's going to nerf that power. So rather than having a set joules or voltage or wattage, you know, it's just going to totally focus on that temperature and try and get as close to that temperature at all times. I don't particularly like that auto feature, so I've been doing this. Try again. So fire and up takes you out of. Oh no, it doesn't. What's that? So all I'm actually doing there is changing the angle of the display. But fire and down is taking me back to this. Hold on. Right, so so that's how you do that. So what you do is you press up, get it into auto, and then start pressing up and down to move it away from auto, and then you've got the ability to change your joules. So I'll show you that again. And you can change your joules, and I've been going for about 30 joules. 30 joules, there we go. There we go, and if you hold that again, it flips it round, so you can then start messing with your Fahrenheit and stuff. And that is the switch around. I think that's it. 5 on, 5 off. Yeah, that's it, guys. We'll go back up top, and I'll cover anything I've missed up there. See you in a sec. Okay, so that was the Cloupor Mini Plus up close. The one function, I knew there was one function that I had forgot to show you. The one function that I forgot to show you was the power lock. When you're in wattage mode, if you hold plus and minus together, it locks the wattage so you can't accidentally press it or change it in your pocket or anything. Useful to have, I guess. I don't know where to start with this. I will start by saying this. I've had this product 8 days. Now, Cloupor's track record is mixed, very, very mixed indeed, and they have had mods fail, go bad, even worse incidents than that previously. I can't speak to the longevity of this mod. It hasn't missed a beat while I've had it, but it's going to take way more time for more units to get out and about, more people to have problems and durability and stuff and all that. So I can't speak to the reliability and durability of this mod long term. It hasn't missed a beat with me, and I will cover how I'm getting on with it in vlog number 21, when that comes out, but it may be months down the line if there's like a problem with it long term, so I can't speak to that. I got this straight from Cloupor. Go and check out Cloupor's website. I'll put it there, and it'll probably be up there. That's all I can say about that. The next thing I want to say is the price. The price is insanely good. $35 in the US, and it's about £28-30 in the UK. That is insane. It's only a year ago that everybody loved the Vapor Shark 30 watt, which was a very similar size and design to this, but it didn't do temperature, didn't do nickel, didn't do TI, it didn't do 50 watts. You couldn't remove the door, and that was hundred and odd pounds, and this is £30. It does all that and more. Comes with a skin as standard. We used to have to pay another £8 for a skin, or £5 for a skin. Comes with a skin as standard. So one thing you've got to say straight off the bat is that this is incredible value for money. Regardless of what you think about Cloupor's longevity and stuff, you've just got to take your hat off to the price of this. You've just got to. Okay, negatives. The one outstanding thing that I want to say, and it's a bit of a mixed one because it goes both ways, but the buttons without the cover on are so rattly and flimsy feeling. Also, without the skin on, the door, you can sort of catch and move the door depending on how you grab it when you're using it in general. Occasionally the door will just slip a little bit, and that's slightly frustrating. But with the skin on, although the skin, I would have preferred a black skin to keep the look going and stuff, but with the skin on, the door's not an issue at all, obviously, and the buttons don't rattle at all with the skin on. It all feels way more solid with the skin on, and obviously incredibly durable in terms of the coating and the case with the skin on. So those are two negatives, but if you're going to be using it with the skin, they're not relevant, If you're not going to use it with the skin, something to think about. Other negatives, like I said up close, I don't know what this hole's for. If someone can put in the comments what the hole's for, that would be fantastic. Other negatives, there's no majorly outstanding negatives other than those, really, if I'm being honest. I suppose the one thing would be worrying about the durability and long term of this mod. It's incredibly small at the top as well, so I'll show you this. It doesn't overhang as such, but it's incredibly close to the edge on all sides. So that's something to bear in mind as well. But yeah, so very small, very sturdy. We're going into the positives now. Very small, very sturdy. I love the new coating that they've done. It's sort of got a sparkly tint to it. It's really solid. Feels really cool, really sturdy. The battery door wobbles a tiny bit, but it's great that you can just whip it off and get your battery in the charger really fast and really easy. I love that. It hasn't missed a beat. It is hitting the wattage. In wattage mode, it's completely hitting the temperatures it should be. It's reading my ohms accurately. In nickel and TI mode, it's working as well as any other temperature mod I've ever used. I've used about 4 or 5 temperature mods now, and it's as good, if not better than those. It does seem to be performing as anticipated, as temperature limiting should perform. It's super small, super portable, super dinky. I love that it comes with a skin, because I'm gonna use this out and about, and I'm really happy about that. Onboard charging's great. Obviously, the best way to do it is to remove the battery for charging. That's a given. How does it vape? Vape's great. It's great. It just does exactly what it's supposed to do. So, that's it really. The fire button's possibly a negative as well. It feels alright with the skin on, but again, without the skin on, it's a bit saggy, it's a bit soft. It's a very non-committal button. That's something to bear in mind. But no, comparing this to the Vapor Shark 30 watt, which is 100 and odd quid, not very long ago, 14 months ago, 15 months ago. It's incredible where we've come, where we've got up to. I think this is value for money. I think it's a decent mod, and I'm quite impressed with it. I'll follow up in vlog 21 how I'm getting on with it further down the line, but to me it's working great. I've been Vick, and I'll see you again on the next one. Cheers.